Hello there, this is DBT and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue talking about Asphalt Legends. And I say talking because today I'm going to have a look and do a full breakdown of the special event for the car you see on the screen right now, which is the Koenigsegg 1-1. But DBT, you're supposed to say it as 1-1. Listen, it's either 1-1 or I'm gonna say 1:1. You decide which one is better. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue calling it 1-1. But before I get into it, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Doing these things set the channel to continue to grow. It keeps me going. It lets me know that you're liking this content and it allows me to continue making it. So go ahead, like and subscribe for some more Asphalt Legends right here. And remember that once we hit the 25,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a 12-hour live stream with a bunch of roomy games, Asphalt Legends included. So come on, help me get to that crazy milestone. But alright, yes, let's talk about this quite a bit of an interesting event, the Koenigsegg 1-1 special event. Now, a couple of days ago when this event started, I actually made a video talking about the burst of speed, and it's important to mention that because this event for the Koenigsegg 1-1, it's actually like the companion event to the burst of speed, which means you're gonna need the cars from the burst of speed in order to make additional progress. And normally these events do tend to be, a bit special, a bit difficult because you need those cars, but man, I gotta say it up front. This event, it's absolutely goated. It's absolutely great, and we're gonna break it down. Now, like I said, this event started at the same time that Burst of Speed begun, which was in November 21st, which was again a few days ago, and it will be running until December 12th in theory, which is still 18 days in some by the time that I'm recording. Now, this event, it's massive. There's really a lot of stages. Normally, newer special events end up being like 8-9 stages or something, but this one is pretty long. And well, I could go stage by stage, but that is kind of troublesome. So instead, I do what I like doing, which are spreadsheets. Yes, of course. All right, so just in case you're not familiar with my spreadsheets, over here you're going to be able to see which stage are we going to be talking about, how many conditions are required to unlock said stage, the car that's going to be required. Over here you can enter how many stars do you have it at, so that it starts filling up and marking what rewards you're going to be able to get per car according to the amount of stars that each one of these requirements have. So let's get into the stage-by-stage breakdown. The very first stage is going to be a free try of the Koenigsegg 1-1. That's why it says over here, Gold FT, standing for Gold Free Try. So let's say you enter whatever, let's say 6 stars because it's a gold free try. You can see that this is already marked green and it starts adding up the green stuff up here. So you will have a grand total of how much you have earned, as well as keeping a track over here of how many conditions you are able to complete by the number of stars that you have the cars at. Because I have 20 conditions, this already unlocks stage 2 that require 15 and stage 3 that require 20. So that's basically how that works, right? So now this is where it gets a little bit confusing because this event has basically 2 requirements of cars. It has one, let's call it lane of the easy common cars like the Aston Martin Vulcan, and a difficult lane which is going to be part of the burst of speed cars like the Mismatch Nevera. So that's why it might look a little bit confusing, but hey, in this stage, I'm considering only really the easy cars, right? In this case, the Aston Martin Vulcan. You can also consider the Mismatch Nevera, but really, more realistically, you're gonna have the Vulcan and not the Nevera. Or if you do have the Nevera, you probably still have the Vulcan at higher stars or same stars as the Nevera, whatever. The point over here is that so long as you have either the Vulcan or the Nevera at 3 stars, well, you can mark it. If you only have them at 1 star, well, mark it as 1 star. And by the way, hold on, let me do a little correction here. And here we go. The change that I did was adding the question mark to the free tries, because I'm not 100% sure if these are free tries or not, because I already own the cars. Well, it doesn't show if it's free try or not, but I want to believe that it's going to be free try for 1 star only. So anyway, if you have the car 1 star, you enter it as such. If you have it at 2 stars, well, it marks the rewards of 1 and 2 stars and it starts adding up over here. And if you have it at 3 stars, well, I think you get the idea, right? You can enter higher stars, but obviously all that counts is up to 3 stars for this particular stage, so let's leave it at that. So again, the conditions keeps on adding over here, so on and so forth. Now the rewards that you're going to be able to get over here in this stage are going to be some credits, some tokens, and blueprints for the Koenigsegg 1-1 And on the other rewards, you're gonna see, for example, over here, there's gonna be 3 blueprints for the Vulcan if you do it at 2 stars. And you can also get 3 blueprints for the Nevera if you have either one of these 2 cars at 3 stars. The miscellaneous rewards are those packs that can contain blueprints or just generic parts or whatever, nothing particularly relevant. So that's why I mark it as miscellaneous, because it doesn't matter too much. Next stage, we're gonna have the Nissan GT-R Nismo or the Agera RS. Again, I'm focusing mostly on the easy cars, the GT-R Nismo, and same thing, right? Depending on the amount of stars that you have it, you fill it up as such, and it will start counting up some of the rewards that you're gonna be able to get through that. It's the same thing, right? You're gonna notice that the overall rewards are very similar. It's gonna be credits, a bit of token, some blueprints for the Koenigsegg 1-1, blueprints for the GT-R Nismo, and blueprints for the alternative car of this stage, which is the Agera RS. Then for stage 4, we're gonna have the Ferrari J50 for the common car, and the rare car being the HCT Locus Plethora. Same situation, you fill it up according to how you have it, and the rewards once again are very similar. Credits, tokens, blueprints for the 1-1, blueprints for the base car, the Ferrari J50, and blueprints for the rarer car, the Plethora. Stage 5 is going to be once again a gold free try of the Koenigsegg 1-1. Again, over here you can fill it up with literally anything and it will mark it either way, so it doesn't matter, just enter anything and it will give you, well, some credits and tokens and miscellaneous rewards. Next up we have, once again, the common and rare car, right? Common being the Volcano, rare being the Koenigsegg. I know it's Zinger, but I pronounce it as Koenigsegg, it's fine. So again, fill it up accordingly. 3 stars, it's likely that you're gonna have them at 3 stars, right? And same thing, credits, you know, it's the same thing. I think you can see how the pattern of these stages works so far. The stage 7 is gonna be for the Ferrari FXXK or the Bugatti La Voiture Noire, again, common and rare car. And same thing, fill it up as you see fit. Let's put it as 1, just whatever, it's fine. Next up we got stage 8 is either going to be for the common car, the Lycan Hypersport, or for the rare car, the SEC Tuatara Striker, that I'm going to be referring as just the Striker from here onwards. But yeah, just fill it up once again. In general, like I said, all of these first stages, you can complete them with the base car. You don't need to worry about the burst of speed cars at all. Just the base cars is enough. So yeah, keep filling it up that way. Eventually, we get to stage 9, which is going to be another free try for the Koenigsegg 1-1. Gold free try, so enter whatever, and you get credits, tokens, and miscellaneous. Now, from here onwards is where it switches up a little bit in what and how you get these rewards. Over here, it's still very similar, that this couple of requirements over here is going to be for 1 star and for 4 stars, and you can do it with either the Vulcan or the Nevera. Now, this matters. You can see over here I have a separate area for the Nevera, but for now, let's focus on this one. Let's say that you don't own the Nevera, excuse me, you don't own the Nevera, but you do have the Vulcan, and you have it at 4 stars, then fill it up as 4 stars, and you get these rewards. Now, the Nevera, technically speaking, these rewards are not locked behind using the Nevera, technically. Because if we look over here, you will see that, again, for 5 stars, it doesn't say that you need the Nevera. Nowhere does it say that you need the Nevera. So, oh, maybe I can do it with the other car. Except that the Vulcan doesn't get any higher than 4 stars. So obviously, anything that is 5 and 6 is going to be for the other car, in this case, the Nevera. So that is why I had to write it down like that. Is it a bit confusing? Hopefully not. I hope you get the idea. So yes, now let's say that for some strange magical reason, you do not have the Vulcan, but you do have the Nevera at 5 stars. Well, you're gonna fill this up at 5 stars, and this one as well, because again, this is still the Nevera. But really, it's gonna be a super rare car for someone to not have the basic car, but do have the rarer one. But still, I'm just explaining it so that you know how to fill this up. Next stage, we're gonna have very similar in the shape. Oh, by the way, I didn't look at the rewards. We're gonna get credits for the common cars and a bit of blueprints for the Koenigsegg 1-1. And with the rare car, you're gonna get some tokens. You're gonna be able to get blueprints for the 1-1, 1 epic for the 1-1 as well, blueprints for the Nevera, 1 epic for the Nevera, and a bit of style coins that, well, you know, they're there. So now for the stage 11, we're gonna have that it's gonna require the Nissan GT-R Nismo or for the rare card, the Agera RS. So same thing, these ones you can do with either car. These other two can only be done with the rare card because it's the one that reaches this amount of stars. So again, fill it up as you see fit, right? Again, marking on green the rewards that are going to be added and whatnot. The rewards are still the same. Credits, a little bit of blueprints for the 1-1, and with the rare card, tokens, blueprints, and epic for the 1-1, and some additional blueprints and epic for the rare car, as well as some style coins. And this is basically the same for all of these other cars. The next one is going to be the Ferrari J50 or the HTT Plethora. Again, same idea, right? Whichever you have at these stars, you fill it up as such. And if you don't have this one, well, then don't fill it up. Now, here changes a little bit because when we get to this one, it's going to be for the common card, the Icona Volcano or the Koenigsegg. Now, the thing is, the Icona does reach 5 stars. So you can do all of these 3 with the base, the common car, and only the last one is going to be locked for the rare car. So, again, having a look at the rewards, credits, no tokens for the common card. You do get a bunch of blueprints for the Koenigsegg 1-1. Oh, I said a 1-1. What's happening? Even you can get some blueprints for the Koenigsegg and some style coins. And exclusive to the Koenigsegg, you're gonna get some tokens, the epic for the 1-1 and the epic for the Koenigsegg as well. Same thing over here in stage 14, which is gonna be for the common card, the Ferrari FXXK, and for the rare card, the Bugatti La Voiture Noire. So you can complete all 3 of this with the base car, and only the Bugatti La Voiture Noire is the one that has it locked for this particular rewards. You can see that the reward shape is the same. And finally, the stage 15 is going to be Lycan for the common car, and the striker, the Tuatara striker for the rare car. With the common car, you can complete all of this, and only with the Tuatara striker, you get to do this one as well. So that is basically the main stages. There's a stage 16, but that is only for the Koenigsegg 1-1. If you already unlocked it, then you can, I believe this is probably a free try. Let me check. And by the way, if you're wondering, how do I know if it's a free try or not? Because when you go over here and you go next, you see it says that I need to obtain this car in order to unlock it. That means I don't get a free try. If it was a free try, it would say this stage unlocks in a certain amount of time. So with this, I know that this is not a free try. But anyway, coming back to the spreadsheet. So if you have the car at 1 star, you can get some credits. At 2 stars, you can get tokens. At 3 stars, credits, then tokens, credits, tokens. And at 6 stars, other than the tokens, you can also get 2 epics for the car. Oh yeah, and there's some style coins as well, but whatever. So yeah, that is basically the overall of this event and all of the stages broken down into these little bits and pieces. Now let's talk about, let me remove this for a second. You'll see why soon. All right, let's talk about the total rewards that you can get over here. Well, technically first is the milestone rewards. So once you get 15 conditions done, you're gonna get 2 blueprints for the Koenigsegg 1-1. At 30, you get some miscellaneous rewards. At 45, you get more blueprints for the 1-1. At 60 conditions, you get 250 VIP points. At 75, you get 5 blueprints for the 1-1. At 100, some tokens, some blueprints for the 1-1, bunch of credits, epic for the 1-1, miscellaneous reward, and a couple more epics over here. Now, it's a bit interesting because over here they give you even more blueprints than normally you would be able to get in this type of events. Normally you get about 10 blueprints, but hey, over here you can get 15, so that's kind of dope. And like I said, also some epics as well. Now let's have a look for real this time at the grand total of the rewards. And as it says over here, this is the maximum reward with 100% completion. That is to say, all right, let's pretend I hadn't forgotten to fill this up, but now it's there. So anyway, yeah, this is the grand total that you're gonna get if you complete the entirety of the stages, and all of this, it's the sum of all of it that it's over here. So for credits, you can get a grand total of 6,640,000 credits. Tokens, you can get 4,050, 100 style coins, 250 VIP points, 3 blueprints for the base cars, all of them. And then for the rare cars, you can get 8 blueprints plus an epic for each one of them. And finally, on the Koenigsegg 1-1, you can get 65 blueprints in the stages in the grand total, and 2 epics plus all the stuff found over here. You can get a total of 80 blueprints for the Koenigsegg 1-1 and 11 epics for it. I hope I didn't miscount. If you notice an error, do let me know in the comments and I'll fix it as soon as possible. But yeah, that's basically the grand totals that you can get over here. Now, that is the normal stuff, right? You know, that's what you could get, but who's gonna be able to complete it and how many rewards can I get? Well, this is why this is a calculator that you can use yourself. As usual, this calculator is linked in the description and in the pinned comment, so you can go ahead and jump into it. And again, I'm gonna show you how you fill it up once again, but I'm gonna show you the progress that you can get as a free-to-play player that has been playing this game for a while. Obviously, if you're a super beginner player, yeah, you're probably not gonna have a bunch of these cars, so yeah. But if you've been playing for a while, even if you don't spend in anything other than, you know, the regular common cars, and you got all of these cars at 6 stars, well, excuse me, at the highest star possible for the common ones, how far does that get you? What can you get from this? Well, let's figure it out. Koenigsegg 1-1, again, it's a free try, so fill it up with whatever. Then over here, with the common car, the Vulcan, you probably have it at 4 stars, so let's fill it up. Nissan GTR Nismo also at 4 stars. Ferrari J50 also common, put it at 4 stars. The Koenigsegg 1-1 is a gold free try, so let's put it again, whatever. Icona Volcano Titanium, this car, again, all of these are common, so you also probably have it at 5 stars. Ferrari FXXK, same thing, common, you probably have it at 5 stars. And the W Lycan Motors, whatever, W Motors Lycan Hypersports, also common, you have it at 5 stars. You already got a lot of stuff over here. In fact, you already got 29 blueprints for the Koenigsegg 1-1. And let's remember that that is a card that requires 35 blueprints to unlock. So you're already pretty close. Oh, but you're not done. No, you can still make a lot of progress. How much? Okay. Stage 9, Koenigsegg 1-1. It's a gold free try, so again, fill it up with whatever. And over here in the other stages, once again, in this case, for example, it's either the Vulcan or the Nevera. Well, you have the Vulcan and Max Stars, which is 4 stars, so you can get this. The GTR or Agera RS. Well, GTR, the Nissan GTR. You probably have it also at 4 stars, so you can get that. The J50 or Plethora Ferrari J50 probably have it at 4 stars. The Icona Volcano, you probably have it already at 5 stars. The FXXK, you probably already have it at 5 stars. The Lycan, you probably have it already at 5 stars. And just like that, look at what you were able to get already. 5 million credits, 1,500 tokens, and 52 blueprints for the Koenigsegg 1-1. Granted, you didn't get a single epic, that's sort of expected, but man, you have more than enough blueprints to unlock the car. So long as you are a player that has been playing for a while and was able to max out this car over time by regular progression in the game, man, it's happy days for you because you're gonna have a free Koenigsegg 1-1, that's right. This is possibly one of the most free-to-play friendly special events that I've seen in quite a long time, and that is absolutely crazy. It's fantastic. Oh, but I forgot to mention, by the way, you will be able to get an additional, how many? The full 15 blueprints. Jesus, more blueprints over here because again, you achieve 412 conditions with all of this stuff with the base cars. This unlocks all the way over here. You even got one epic for it, as well as more credits and a bit of tokens. I'm telling you, this event is absolutely insanely great for free-to-play players. And once again, I know that some people are gonna be, but DBT, I don't have my Lycan at 5 stars. I only have it at 3 stars. Well, that's why you can still fill this up as you see fit. For example, that example. Where is it? The Lycan, you only have it at 3 stars. Okay, well, fill it up as such, and you're still gonna be able to see what you can get. But like I said, in general, if you're a player that has been playing for a while, even if you're not spending on anything or saving tokens or anything, you probably have enough to get this car for free, and that is absolutely ridiculous. Now, as a bit of an extra feature here on this spreadsheet, I also put this tiny bit of a calculator so that you know how much progress or how many tokens you would need to spend if you really want to max out your Koenigsegg 1-1. So you need a total of 252 conditions in order to unlock the packs in the shop. But like you see over here, it's relatively easy to do, so you shouldn't have too much problem. And depending on how many blueprints were you able to get, well, fill it up over here. So over here, you enter how many blueprints you have. Let's say that you have the 52 plus 15, so that would be what, 67 blueprints. So let's enter that there, and it does the calculation for you. You're still missing 233 blueprints. You're gonna need to buy a total of, wait, what? 10 pack, okay. With an worst luck scenario in your 10 packs, you're gonna need almost 70,000 tokens in order to max or take this card to 6 stars. I know that that is a lot, but that is the worst case scenario, which is not likely. If you get an average luck of 2 drops per 10 packs, you're gonna need about 35,000, which is still, you know, a bunch, but it's not absolutely terrible. So yes, just put this up here in case it's helpful for you, but yeah. Okay, so let's talk about something that is a little bit worrying. And granted, this only matters to people who are actually going to be spending tokens into the burst of speed and trying to get the keys and whatnot. But there's a little bit of a situation with the dates of the burst of speed and the special event for the Koenigsegg 1-1. And that is that the burst of speed actually ends before that event. You can see that there's still 11 days and some hours for the burst of speed. And yet, if we have a look at the event itself, you're going to see that this one lasts for longer. Now, why does that matter? How is that a problem? Well, like I mentioned in the spreadsheet, there are a number of blueprints that you're going to be able to get later on for the rare cars. In this case, for example, for the La Voiture Noire, for the Koenigsegg, for the Tuatara Striker. These are some blueprints that you can get over here. Now, the thing is that for the case of the La Voiture Noire and the Tuatara Striker, these are key cars. And how do you get the key cars? Well, once you have the car at 6 stars, you do this event right here and then you can get the key, right? Well, the problem is that this event is gonna end before you have access to those 2 stages. Let's remember that this event ends on December the 4th, while this event ends on December 12th. So, on December the 4th, and that would be this. Now, this one does say that it unlocks on December the 4th, but because of how the times work, technically you won't still have access to this one. So by the time the burst of speed ends, you have not unlocked this and you're not gonna be able to get this additional 5 blueprints for the car. So yeah, this will literally go to waste and you're gonna still have to spend some additional tokens in the packs in order to get the blueprints for this or the Tuatara Striker, whichever you're going for. Like I said, this doesn't matter too much for people who are not spending a bunch of tokens into bursts of speed, but it's a very weird thing. To be fair, this is very easy for Gameloft to fix, and that is by just adjusting the fates at which these will unlock. For example, let's say that starting here from stage 10, they will unlock on November 30th. You don't have to wait until December whatever. No, in November 30th, all of these additional stage unlock, then it's fine. But I still wanted to bring it into focus right now. In case you're thinking about it and whatnot, keep in mind that you're not gonna be able to get the blueprints in this event for these 2 cars in time for the burst of speed. So don't count on them. Do keep in mind or do keep an eye on whether or not these dates are gonna change. So yeah, thought of mentioning that. Now, just so that there's a little bit of gameplay in this video, let's play with the Koenigsegg 1-1 because right now there's a free try for it in MP2. But I wanted also to briefly talk about a small concern that I have when it comes to the fact that this car is going to be acquired by so many people. If you enjoy MP2, be prepared to see a massive influx and spam of the Koenigsegg 1-1 in MP2 at the rank of 4,000. And that is because this car at 1 star, which is probably where a lot of people are going to be able to get it to, has a maximum rank of 4,003 points, 4003. That is the rank of this car. So around this rank, you're gonna encounter a ton of this, and well, you know, this is definitely a very fast car. So yeah, if you are tired of seeing Venoms at around that rank and seeing the Veils and things like that, no worries. Now there's yet another car that is gonna join those ranks literally. But hey, you know, that is a price to pay for the fact that this car is available. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way when it comes to these cars being available. This is something that Gameloft has obviously shifted to in making cars a lot easier to unlock. But really, the business for them is on people wanting to star them up. So you might be able to get the car, but are you gonna be able to start it up? If you want to, you're gonna need to spend your precious tokens. So yeah, keep that in mind. But like I said, it's nice for people to be able to be like, hey, I'm gonna be able to get this car. Maybe only at 1 star, but you know what? Even at 1 star, I'll be able to play with it in multiplayer. And honestly, I think that's a pretty good thing to have. So yes. But anyway, as I was saying, in general, this special event is absolutely insane. Like I said, if you've been playing for long enough, even if you're not really saving tokens for anything, you probably have all of these cars at max star, the common ones. You're going to be able to unlock this car. The most that is going to cost you is Overclock chips. So I would consider maybe saving those missions for the Overclock chips until you are in the second round of the stages. What I mean by that is that, for example, there's some mission that requires the Vulcan overclocked over here, but there's also another one that requires the Vulcan or Nevera overclocked over here. So do all of the missions that you can over here, don't overclock it until you unlock this stage, then do overclock it for 1 day and do this and this the same day. In that way, you're not spending twice the overclock chip. And you know, overclock chip missions are kind of annoying precisely because you do have to spend them. But like I said, it's a small price to pay for unlocking this car. So yes, if you're a big fan of Koenigsegg or you simply like this car, there's your opportunity. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and if you would like to support me directly because you really like the things that I do over here, I would appreciate if you join the membership program where you're gonna have access to some exclusive videos and whatnot. Check the information over there by the join button right next to subscribe. But once again, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!